everybody, welcome back to Royal Blu FX. In today's video, we're going to talk about a quick and easy setup that I always utilize on a day-to-day basis. So the setup that I'll show you is going to help utilize your direction, structure, and also order flow. And this is how we identify the really good setups in the market. A lot of you that follow us, especially following us on Instagram, are probably always wondering, like, how in the world are you always getting good setups and you're trading really well, right? Well, it's all because of this method right over here that I'm about to show you guys. So let's get on with it. Okay, so generally when I'm on the higher time frame, I look at one of the 5 aspects. Okay, starting with order flow. Order flow has to happen, okay? Then there's structure, then there's direction, then there's trend and momentum, okay? All this is how we identify the market structure and how we actually find the flow of orders, okay? Or the flow of the market, let's just say, okay? So, and the reason why is because this is our theory. This is the way our theory works. Order flow creates structure, structure creates direction, direction creates trend, trend creates momentum, and so forth and so on, okay? So one of these 5 aspects have to happen in the market, and this is why when we're looking at structure, or when we're looking on the higher time frame, let's just say, for example, we have to find one of these 5 in order to identify where we should be trading, right? Essentially, which direction at the end of the day, okay? So with having that said, so let's let me show you what I'm talking about here. Move this right over here. So the first things first, momentum was described in our one of our part of our notes right here, right? So the way we find momentum is something like this, okay? You can see where price is just overextending. It's not actually, it's showing you structure, but price isn't breaking and mitigating, breaking and mitigating. It's just bullish, really bullish, right? So this is momentum, which is also showing us direction, right? It's showing us that the orders, their prices are pushing up, right? And there's the orders that are switching here, right? Pushing bullish again. Orders are creating here, pushing bullish again, right? And then the other aspect that we're looking at is really just a structure like this. And I'll tell you why. Now, the reason why we're also looking at structure is because you can see that structure is also creating the direction, right? Momentum is also creating direction as well. So these aspects have to be happening in the market in order for me to tell myself, okay, I'm looking to trade this in this direction. Okay, direction is pretty much about 50 to 70%, I think, in the market. You know, part of your trading. And so if you can't find any of these, then you know it's bad for you, right? But I'm going to show you how to do it very simply in order to see what I'm seeing. Okay, so just look at these two and you'll see, okay, there's direction, there's momentum, direction, and there's also a structure, direction as well. Okay, and order flow, as you can see, is happening in between, right? Like right here, the orders are switching, prices are bullish, prices are retracing, mitigating, there's orders creating, right? So now you can see consistent order flow, right? In order for us to see complete direction in the market, we have to have price breaking at least two structures or more, right? So in this case, you can see there's 1, 2, right? Then there's 3, 4, and it goes and so on and so forth, right? So now let me show you what I'm talking about. So actually, let me just get this back here, okay? So let's take a look at the direction first, okay? So when we're looking at direction, a lot of you guys are probably thinking to yourself, like, let's picture this here as the 4-hour, okay? And a lot of you guys are probably picturing and telling yourself, okay, well, I can't trade this, right? I've been told that price needs to, when a price breaks like this, I need to wait for prices to retrace to you know, demand or whatever, demand level right here, demand zone, right? And what if price doesn't reach here, right? What if price doesn't reach here and then price just does this and then continues bullish, right? Well, now you've not only, it's not like you wasted your time, but you can adapt to structure is what I say a lot in the markets, right? So in this scenario, what I like to do is, if I see momentum like this on the higher time frame, what I like to do is go on a lower time frames. So I will look at this on the 4-hour time frame, and then I'll just put this as a green box here, and then inside of this push phase and this you know, extension here, okay, there is order flow. You just don't see it on the higher time frame, right? But essentially, the markets are all fractal, right? Structure is fractal. You can see the structure on every and any time frame. So look at this right here. I'm going to put this in a green, a red line like this, right? You can see now that the structure is bullish here, right? So just because we can't see structure on a momentum, you know, on a momentum push phase like this, right? You can always scale down to your lower time frame, and let's picture that this red bullish momentum here structure is, let's say we're from the 4 hour, it's on the 15 minute. You can see 15-minute structure pushing bullish like this, right? So the way we obviously take advantage of this this scenario here is when we see a momentum going like this on the 4 hour, you don't have to just wait for price to get down here, right, to an area of demand on the 4 hour, because we're not trading the 4 hour. What you're doing is you're trying to trade what is currently happening now, right? That is only if you are intraday trading. That's only if you're trying to trade, you know, today and exit all of your trades out of today, right? So if that makes sense, you know, in terms of what I'm saying, then pay attention closely here, because you're going to find this very valuable to you guys. Okay, so we would look at the 15-minute. The 15-minute would be creating right here as the red trend line, right? And now all you need to be doing is more times than not, price breaks and mitigates, right? What we're really looking for here is for prices to show us order flow and structure, right? And the reason for that is because we know when price is creating structure and it's creating two or more structures, it's continuing the trend in that intended direction, like so, right? So if we pictured this red trend line, or trend structure pushing bullish, right, the 15-minute, we can now look at the 1 minute to enter, or the 5 seconds, right? Because we know now, since the 15 minutes creating structure bullish like this, okay, we can now take advantage of this structure on the lower time frame, say on the 1 minute or the 5 second to enter, okay? Because now we know we can look at to target the 15-minute low to the 15-minute high, 15-minute low, 15-minute high, you know, stuff like that. And that's how I take advantage of these other markets very easily. This is the way a quick and fast setup is utilized for me in my case, okay? And this is why I'm showing you guys how you guys can take advantage of this as well. Now, let's talk about this, the structure, okay? So let's picture that this structure here is on the 4 hour. Now, technically, if the 4 hour is showing structure like this, you're more than welcome to just wait for prices to break and retrace and mitigate all the way to a demand zone like this, right? You're more than welcome to, right? But again, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing here? Are we looking to trade the 4 hour? Are we looking to trade the 15-minute or the 1 minute, right? So you can do the same thing here as you see on this extension here, like this momentum extension, this direction, right? You can do the same thing here too, right? You can wait for prices to fall back at the area of mitigation, although this will take you quite some time, right? Because each candle moves every 4 hours, right? And so if price is doing this, then that means you're going to take probably a whole entire day just to wait for price to get here to this area, right? And then look to trade. But you can, again, just do the same thing as I showed you here. You can go drop down on the 4 hour, from the 4 hour time frame to the 15-minute time frame, right? You can do something like this. You look for price, you look for order flow on the lower time frame, just like this, because we know that price is fractal on every time frame, just like this, right? So you don't have to be stuck and just wait on the 4 hour to push bearish or bullish. You can just wait for this, and now we can be able to capture any of the trades inside here, right? We're either looking to go bullish or bearish, but in my case, since price is pushing bullish on the 4 hour, why don't we do our due diligence and our best to look to trade with the 4 hours direction, right? So when prices are going bullish like this, this area here is extending, right? You may not see the order flow on the 4 hour like this, but when you drop down to the 15-minute, you can see that the 4 hour extension like this is pushing bullish. So you can still take advantage of the internal structure in here, looking for breaks, mitigations, right? Breaks, mitigations, breaks, mitigations. Can't really quite see it, but I'll show you guys on the real chart right now, okay? And this is how I take advantage of every and any time frame in the trades. So I hope you guys understood this scenario. Let's go to the real time frame right here. On the live chart right now and show you guys how this works, okay? All right, so let's picture this, for example, okay? So we're on the 4 hour right now. Let's just go and cut the market off somewhere, do some quick replay to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, right here, we can see that on the 4 hour right now, price is bullish, right? You can see price is bullish, right? We're not concerned about what's happening all the way here, all this data. We're not concerned about this because we're not trading this today, right? What we want to do is trade what's happening now, right? And currently, what I can see now is price is going bearish right here, Okay, this is what all I'm concerned of right now, right? Of course, you can see here that prices are breaking and mitigating, breaking and mitigating, right? Prices are showing order flow and structure, right? Like say, for example, here, all right, like right there, all right, there, right? You can see that these areas here where price broke hasn't mitigated. Price broke over here as well. It hasn't mitigated as well. But what I want to show you guys is how to adapt to structure on the lower time frames, right? How to trade what's happening now. Of course, you can be that trader to say, okay, well, I want to wait for a break on the 4-hour, then come and wait for prices to retrace, you know, and then look to buy here on the 4-hour, right? And then you would have had a good R&R or whatever. But that's, again, this is not what I'm trying to teach you. I'm just saying you can do this if you want to. We're just going to be concerned about what's happening in here. So let's do this. Okay, so now we know that the momentum is pushing. You can see here, you can see that structure is pushing bearish. You can also see that momentum is also pushing bearish as well. So what I'm trying to do here is utilize momentum and structure at the same time. Okay, right here, structure is broken twice. All right, what do we know when price breaks structure twice? Prices are about to go bearish, right? Or at least we're looking to go bearish, okay? And so let's go to the lower time frames now. Go to the 15-minute. Let's go into the 5-minute. And now here, you can see clearly what is happening. We can see that there's structure, right? You can see here on this leg here, there's structure that's being built that wasn't shown on the 4-hour, I don't think. Let me see again, right? Look at this. Look at the difference here, all right? This is just one whole bearish candle here, right? But we know there's structure inside of there, right? So what I'm more concerned and interested is to trade what's happening on the lower time frames, because I'm just either scalping or intraday trading, obviously, right? So let's get rid of this, okay? So as you can see here, now, right here you can see there's a low, there's a high, right? So we're obviously waiting for prices to get here to an area of supply here, the supply zone, and then take advantage of this trade. All right, like this. All right, our last order block would be there. Okay, and here's what's also interesting: when prices are going bullish like this, right? You can see that prices are going bullish based off of all this order flow. So order flow and structure is pushing bullish, which means we may not be able to be trading this right now, right? So, which is totally fine because this happens a lot of the times. All right, but now what do we do? Okay, if you go back on the 4-hour, look at this. Okay, what do we see here? We want to trade what's happening now, not wait for 2, 3, 4 hours, wait for prices to get here to the supply zone. What do? We adapt to this new area right here, this new impulsive move that's happening bullish, right? We know this is just a retracement, but it's a buy still, okay? So right here, what do we see? We see that there's a break of structure. What are we anticipating? Every time there's a break, we look for the buys here now, right? Okay, so price has broken above, right? Showing us inducement. There's your, oops, excuse me. There's your buy right there. You see that? Like that? And the only reason why this is working is because we're looking at the higher time frames momentum and structure, right? One thing I, again, wanted to point out, as you can see here, there isn't really a smooth, there's no structure really being shown here, although we consider the wicks, we consider this as a structure here, this wick high and this wick low here. You can see that there is actual structure happening there. But if you wanted to see it more clear, obviously in the lower time frames, you can see so much of it. Look, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? What we are wanting to do here and anticipating is to just adapt to structure. And we're utilizing that momentum, the higher time frames momentum, right? So this is obviously where we'd be waiting for price to retrace, right? There we go. There's your other buy, right? Now, I wouldn't be buying here on the 5 minutes, obviously. I'd be entering in the 1 minute or 5 seconds. So if you think about this, your R&R, oops, we just went out of the market here. Your R&R would be really huge here. It'd still be great. Now, the only difference is it's the pips are going to be different, right? Your pip amount is going to be different because we're essentially just scalping here, right? We're intraday traders. Let's pass this. I think it was right here. Right there. I did it again. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. This is... Oh, boy. I will slow down. Here we go. And let's go back to the 15-minute, to the 5-minute. All right, let's play this. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here we go. All right. All right, so there we go, right? So like I mentioned, on the you can be entering this on the 5 seconds, right? And you'll still get great R&R. Now, I'm not just saying for you to come here and strike at will, right, and then just target this high. No, what I'm saying is you can use structure on lower time frames and momentum from the higher time frames, and go down to the lower time frames to capture the structure, right? To capture trades currently, right? So I'm just showing you where price is breaking and mitigating, right? All we're looking is for price to break and mitigate, and look to continue to take these trades, right? Oop, my order block was too high. It's right there. All right, so what do we do again? Look, notice again, we have another break of structure. Now, this is going to be considered our type 2 structure, which we're not interested in looking to buy here. The only reason why the type 2, we don't look to buy off of type 2s. We look to buy off or sell off at type 1s, which is a solid break of structure. That doesn't necessarily mean that the type 2 will not work, right? It's still considered to be a valid break of structure. It's just that we want something that's more reassuring, right? Here we have another wick. You know, momentum is probably losing here. Here's another break, right? Here's our range. Now this is where we're looking to buy again, right there. There you go. Let me just show you guys right here. Okay, so something like this, right? We would look for price to retrace, buy here. Again, the only reason why this works is because momentum and structure on the higher time frame is showing it's bullish. So we're just taking advantage of all of that, right? Now you can see that this low here was not able to break this high, so we want to be very wary and careful about this, right? We might be breaking this internal structure. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we did break another high right there. It was a body break, so obviously this would be our next buy, right? So all we're doing is breaking and mitigating, breaking and mitigating. Just remember what I was telling you in the previous video here, is that all we're concerned of is really just seeing breaks, mitigations, break mitigations. When you see a lot of breaks, mitigations like this, this is showing us that structure is indeed pushing bullish. Structure is bullish at all times, right? And all we're just doing is we're utilizing, capturing momentum and direction from the higher time frames. Let's go quickly on the 4 hour just to show you guys what it looks like right now, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you notice this, see this? This is all we've been trading, right? This is all we've been trading this day. Right, so you don't have to get confused in terms of where and how to buy or sell or anything like that, right? You don't have to wait for your 4 hour, supply zone like this to come here and then, be disappointed when price gets there. You're like, okay, I'm going to sell here, when in fact price has just been bullish, right? This all really depends on your perspective, right? The way you trade, the way you see things in the markets. The way we see things in the markets is based off of direction and momentum, and structure and momentum, right? The direction is all concluded in our momentum and direction and structure. Let's continue here. So we're back on the 5 minute, right? Let's continue in adapting, right? So what do we see here? We see another break, right? Where's our next low? It's right here. In fact, price did break above it, mitigated right there. As you can see, price came down, mitigated their last down candle. You can look to buy here, right? There we go, right? Price continues, and this all depends. It really depends on what target you want to make. You want to target. Obviously, you can target the moon for all we care, right? But what we do here is we are simply in and out, right? So when price breaks structure like this, we look to buy and target the current high. So when price breaks like this, we look for price to retrace like this, and we look to target the current high like that. That's all. We're not trying to be greedy in the market. We're not trying to break the bank. We're really just trying to be, responsible traders here and take advantage of what the market is bringing and giving us to us right now. Okay, so here we go. We have another break right here. Okay, what do? We adapt to the structure, right? So there we go. Let's see if price can hit this one. There we go. This was a flip that price reacted off to, right? See, like it looks like I'm lucky all the time, right? Well, that's because my expectation on the markets is just looking at structure and momentum, right? I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video, but if it helps you understand every time I'm saying it, then so be it. There you go, right? So price broke again. We had a body break, right? There's your order block. There's your buy. Where are we going to be targeting? We're going to be targeting this high right here and cashing out, right? Boom, bam, right? Your R&Rs can be insane on the lower time frame too, right? Not just on the higher time frames. Again, this all depends again on how many trades you want to take per day, you know, and how much money you're willing to risk in the markets, right? I essentially do anywhere from 7 to 10 trades a day. It could be sometimes maybe even 15 trades a day, right? It really just depends on what the market is showing me and presenting me on that day. Right? But at the end of the day, I just follow my rules. Now you can see here how we've just been able to, you know, adapt to structure and take advantage of structure, right? We've had all wins, no losses so far, right? Now the only time we're going to be able to lose, or we will lose, is when price is starting to reverse, right? We can excuse me, I can't even speak today. We can know that. We can know when price is reversing based off of supply and demand zones, right? So from a 4-hour time frame, we can utilize our supply and demand zones like as such right here. Here is a supply zone, so we would be cautious and weary when price gets to our supply zones, like in this case, right? So we had a break, right? That's not a good break for us. We want a body break for a type 2. It would be much more healthier. This has not been a type 2 yet. Okay, there we go. Price is weakening, right? Let's see what happens here. As you see, price is going bearish, right? We're still a low, high. So we're still relatively playing this low here. Prices could go bullish because we've respected this low. Oh shoot, my bad. Let me just go zoom back out here quickly. Let's go back here and let's go in here. Let's see what happened. Okay, right. I believe it was right there. It was right here. Let's go deep in this right here. 5 minute. Okay, so right. So as you can see, just follow structure at low, high, right? Even though this hasn't really given us a good break of structure. This isn't a complete break of structure, so I wouldn't count this as a break of structure. It'd be this, because this is the lowest, right? At that point, this is the highest. This point, this low didn't really break anything. It just kind of wick break, which means there's liquidity above the highs. Okay, and then this is where you would be looking to trade, right? So we're just trading the momentum again on the 4-hour pushing bullish. This is as easy as 1, 2, 3, guys, as ABCs in your 1, 2, 3s, right? So if you guys were very interested in this type of trading, guys, you know, definitely let me know what you guys think about this video, and if it was very helpful and informative. By all means, please leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you really liked it. If you didn't, please leave a comment in the section below and let us know what you guys really think. And definitely consider subscribing, because we always give out free content every single week, actually. And until then, guys, I will see you later.